Hello guys, welcome to IT Security Labs, and today we have another live stream and we're going back to TRYHACKME. I have a machine called Retro that I want to be able to cover, and I hope you'll be able to see that we're learning a lot. And if you're just joining us, thank you very much for being here. It's good to see everybody who just joined last minute. Matthew, it's good to see you, man. MS, yep, that's awesome. Yeah, so if you want to get started from zero to a hero, this is one of the best ways. Watch me as I exploit these machines, and also let's practice together. So thank you for coming over here. And I don't want to waste a lot of people's times. And today's machine is called Retro. And Retro is a fun machine. And as you see here in a little bit, there's a little bit of struggling that goes on. And as always, I'm going to be using my cheat sheet here. And this is a Windows machine, so let's do it. Awesome. All right, first thing that we need to do is let's go to TRYHACKME and start this machine. Last time we were here, someone did some terrible things, but hopefully that doesn't happen today. This is a Windows machine, so they would have to do the same deal again. Okay, so on TRYHACKME, let's start here. I'm going through the path for the offensive security. As you can see, I have buffer overflows to do, and right now I have Retro. I've done 77% of that. So let's start with Retro. And this is for those people who want to just become ethical hackers. This platform is really good. It would show you how to hack, and it also teach you. They rate this machine that we're doing as hard. I don't think it's hard. Yeah, no, I don't think it is. And our job is to scan the server and also be able to get user and root. And as you see here in a little bit, it's a very simple machine. So let's do that right now. Awesome. So it looks like I might be going for the OSCP faster than I'm going to go for the CPENT. The easy console people are not responding back to me, so I might be going for the OSCP instead. So let's get this machine started and start the hacking. Let me know if the audio is not that great. I'll be able to fix it right away. I'm just waiting for this machine to boot up. TRYHACKME is free, and is this room free? I don't know. You might have to pay to be able to see this room. And then we can do Blaster later too, if we have time. But let's give it a 10 seconds here and we'll get started. And if you're brand new, I'm writing these notes here, and my notes are growing every single day. Especially, I'm very excited about this. Escaping Docker containers. This is what I've been very fascinated by. And Windows. Linux, we've been doing a lot of that here, and so far for Linux it's super easy, I think, as you guys have seen. Right, we have an IP address. First thing that we need to do is let's go and scan it using Nmap. So this is what I do. I try to get organized here, and I have a folder called Retro. This way we can actually work from somewhere. The TRYHACKME platform, I think, tells us that this one doesn't respond to ISAMP, and because of that, our default SV SC doesn't really work. Watch what happens. It will time out saying this thing doesn't respond or something like that. So we need to add -p pn. Is it like that? No. Let's check our cheat sheet here. Is it np? All right, so nmap is going to scan no ping. I think that's the one that I'm trying to look for here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Anyway, as you can see, if we run it's pn. I knew that it was pn. This one, it says no ping, and then we scan for versions and also using default scripts. Yeah, and I already did this a little bit ago, so we can save a lot of time. I don't want these live streams to be an hour when they don't have to be, for those who watch later. So we're using this option here, no ping, to make sure that everything works. And as you can see here, we have port 80 open and 3389, which is remote desktop. So Windows remote desktop allows us to RDP in the machine. So let's check port 80 here very quickly. Let's close all the other tabs here and just leave port 80. All right, we have a default installation of IIS. So let's fix that by figuring out more directories. Let's brute force some directories. And to do that, I got my enumeration here. Let's use GoBuster. In this case, I'm going to use big.txt, or maybe let's use medium.txt. And as you can see, that's what I do. Then I just get my IP address. Usually I can get this done faster. And GoBuster is what we use to find out what other directories, web directories, are running on this system. And this is going to go for a little bit here in a second, but we're just figuring out, okay, what else is running on this site here very quickly. And this is going to let us know. The reason why I use medium.txt first is because I want it to be faster. But as you can see in my workflow here, I have big.txt ready to go. I also have other directories here that are located in my sec list. And this is going to be really good for me to make sure that if I don't find anything, I can always enumerate further using multiple directories. So yeah, I see that you got 65 points. Oh yeah, you're almost there. That means that you know what you're doing. You definitely pass next time. You need 70 points to pass. So as you can see, I take screenshots from TRYHACKME. Here are the different GoBuster options that you can have as well. It's just good to have my notes ready here. And this is going to go for a little bit, brute forcing some directories, making sure that everything works. And I'll share with you the directory that I can find here in a little bit. Let's give it a minute. GoBuster goes for a long time, actually, like a really long time, depending on how many directories are there. And I think they are going to ask us for a directory here. Are they? The web server is running on the target. What is the hidden directory in which the server lives on? Okay, that's what we are looking for right now with GoBuster. I could have specified threads here to make this go faster, but since I started, I'm just going to let it go. All right, there we go. Here's a directory that just popped up, retro. Let's give it to the TRYHACKME folks and see if they will like that. All right, so that is correct. We found retro. Let's stop this. Ideally, you want to continue, but in this case, this is all we're going to need. Let's see what's going on here. All right, we got a site. One thing that I do when I get a website is I try to see, is there a login page? And also let your debugger run in the background. Make sure that at least you can keep seeing everything. Right away, I see this was written by Wade. And let's see, do I see any version information about this site? This one looks a little dated. You know what? I'm going to keep my GoBuster running. Alright, so this person is written a lot. Let's click on their name and see everything they've done. Post by this person. Yeah, sometimes you see stuff in the archive. Recent comment. And as you can see, we have a login page here. This shows me that this is a WordPress. And leaving myself a note here just in case I forget how to spell. So Word likes to leave notes everywhere. Must be a password or something. And there's a login page here. Let's click on it. Oh, it takes us to a WordPress. So since Word left that note there, let's paste it here. You quickly notice that it's a WordPress site. So he left a note for himself on there. So we are just going to say, hey, the username is Wade, and we can put it here. So maybe we don't need this. Maybe what we need is WP scan. Let's get some help here. Oh, nah. Let's see. So we're in WordPress. So that's good. The easiest thing that we can do is go to our appearance, themes, and then theme editor, and try to get a reverse shell here. We've done this so many times. Okay, yeah, I understand that. If we come here, we can change this to be a PHP reverse shell. So let's put that as a PHP reverse shell. I don't know if this works or not, but let's try it. I'm using the one from Pentest Monkey. I've never used it on a Windows machine, so this is a good exercise to see if it works or not. Okay, I have my IP address and everything in there. Yeah. Right, let's start a listener here. Okay, now that we started a listener, let's go and trigger this. So where WordPress keeps these the 404 page in this location here. This is where you just know, because I've done this so many times. It's in themes. Then I need the name of the theme. What is the name of? It's 90s-retro, like that. Right, let's trigger it. We're triggering a PHP reverse shell. Whoa, that didn't work well. Failed to demonize. This is quite common failure. So it tried. And it failed. It tried to run uname. So I've done this so many times on Linux machines, and this is a eye opener for me. So it doesn't like it in Windows. Interesting. If you know a better way to get this reverse shell from WordPress on Windows, let me know. Let me know in the comments. I'm very curious because this one doesn't seem to work out of the box. We can try to create one using MSF Venom, which might be easier than our. Let's see if I have one in my cheat sheet for MSF Venom. I have some PowerShell for Windows. No, yeah. My firewall thinks Pentest Monkey is terrible. So yeah, so this is where you can get more PHP reverse shells here if you are interested. I'm not going to worry about this for now. I will need to get a good grasp on my Windows game from WordPress. I haven't done that, so that's something that's interesting. Let's go ahead and sign in using Remina. Since from our results here we have RDP Windows Remote Desktop open, we're just going to use that and sign in as that person again, just in case they reuse their credentials. In this case, let's edit that. We're going to sign in as Wade using RDP because we couldn't get a reverse shell from the site. Maybe that's a rabbit hole. I'm not sure. All right, so we got in using Windows Remote Desktop, and like I told you, this is super easy. As you can see, we saw some credentials on the site and we used that, and here's our first flag here. Nothing fancy here. So far we haven't hacked anything. We just did a little bit of enumeration and found stuff. Right, now our goal is to get root.txt. So let's do that. But if we get root fast enough, I would like to go back to WordPress and try the PHP reverse shell again. But for now, let's do that. Maybe that was the intended way. For root, it's very simple as well. They say that if we open Firefox and also let's open the terminal. Let's do it the way I would do it if I were just getting on a box. First, I would like to get a reverse shell. But if I don't have to, maybe I don't need one, I'll just open the terminal here. This is very rare where you actually get a RDP access like this. Usually you're on a terminal, but hey, let's do it from here. Let's run system info. All right, so we get system info here. We are running Windows Server 2016 standard, and our OS version is this. Two things that we can do: we can run Windows exploit suggester, or we can run this. There's multiple ways we can check to see if this thing has all the hotfixes or not. I like to do that last. We can do a PS. Let's see what's running. WMI, so O. This will show us if we have any set impersonate tokens here, or if you have any interesting permissions. All right. All right, so let's run back to our Kali here, and I'll share with you. Let's run Windows Exploit Suggester. You can get this from Git. And I'll show you some history from Windows Exploit Suggester. As you can see, I was playing with Windows Exploit Suggester. You might run into issues between Python 2 and Python 3, and you have to fix it, make sure that it works. But I'll give you a little bit of how this thing works. Windows Exploit Suggester, you go to the Windows machine, like what we have here, and you run system info, right? And you ask it, hey, what kind of information do we have? Usually you have initial access, like what we have here. Then you copy this. And once you copy that, you come back here. Name something like win16.txt. You put the system information here, and I'll explain why you need this in a second here. All right. Once you put the system information, all you need to do is run the Python script for Exploit Suggester against a database of Microsoft hotfixes. Then point it to the system info, and what this is going to do is it's going to go to the Microsoft website. You already have downloaded a document like this. Let's see if we can cat it. This is a list of all the current hotfixes that we have from the Microsoft website. And as you can see, it is today's date because I just updated it as of today. Oh, we can't read it. Never mind. We are on Linux. But that file contains all the hotfixes, meaning the updates that are supposed to be applied to Windows systems. And what we're going to do is this Python script is going to go through this list, and it's also going to go through the information from our machine and compare if that machine is updated or not. And then it will tell us, you have to tell it like what kind of operating system it is that you're going for. In this case, it's 2016, which is comparable to Windows 10, which is why I did this. Then it will tell us, hey, this thing is not updated, and here's our exploits that it's vulnerable to. This is one way we can do it with using Windows Exploit Suggester, and it's awesome. So let's do that first, and I'll show you what it looks like. You're pretty much comparing what you have to what is known by Microsoft, then comparing it to what vulnerabilities are out there. And that's what we do in Windows using Exploit Suggester. The -L option that I did at the end here is just saying find local exploits only, and that's why I'm doing here with that. And as you can see, mine is a Python 3. So if you're using the Git repos, you want to make sure that you go and get one with Python 3. Another thing that you need to know when you're using Windows Exploit Suggester that can be very helpful. Let's go to my privilege escalation. I think I did that here. You want to convert this XLS to XLSX to this, and there's a nice little site that you can use here. Upload it here. Sometimes you do complain that your file is not the right format. You might want to just trick it into renaming it and giving it this extension, then coming back here and converting it again. this is how you make exploit suggester to work, because if you run exploit suggester the first time, it might give you a hard time. And these are things that I found that work, and I documented them in here for my own sake. So this is very important. Then here's a syntax for you, as you can see. So let's look at our results here. According to what we have, it's vulnerable to MS-075, rotten potato. We can try that. It's also vulnerable to a bunch of other things here. This is one way. We can try these things and hope they work or not. Another way, which I found later after working on this machine for a little bit, was the answer was actually right in front of us. Let's set this as default. Google Chrome, okay. The answer was right in front of us in Google Chrome here. They left us a CVE bookmarked. I don't know if this was a clue or not. So we can click on this CVE, or just go and look for it on the internet. And here is a nice little video that shows us how it works. But we like GitHub because we see things. Here's another CVE that they left for us, and it's a hint that I think the creator left for us on the machine. And the way to exploit it, which for me doesn't work, but it's supposed to work. I think this is the intended way to do this, is that we were supposed to find out that through enumeration. I'm showing you both ways, and then I'll show you the easiest one, which I don't know if it's the intended way or not. Through enumeration, if you're on a Windows machine, check the recycling bin. This is the application that they are talking about on here that we need to run. This might be in a different language, but it's HUPD. And the goal is for us to run this as administrator. It's not going to work, or it might work. Then it says, oh no, you can't do that. Then it says show more detail. That's the vulnerability. Then you do that. You click on this right here. Oh, it's going to work. Never mind. This is the intended way to root this machine. It didn't work for me the first time, but now I'm seeing options. I might have to follow this vulnerability to the end. Okay, now it's saying Internet Explorer. Yeah, let's choose Internet Explorer. Why not? Then we say okay. We don't have internet here, so this is going to fail. But let's go and read it. Man, I wish I could read this. So this is a proof of concept for the vulnerability. Part of being a hacker is you need to be able to read this and actually make it work. And if this was in a language that I understand, that will make it easy. I think I'm supposed to save something here, and I just become root, as you can see. I'm just a step away from. Let's see if I can read something else that I can see something that I can actually read. All right, here's the proof of concept. So this is a very important skill for us as hackers to be able to do. We did that. Copy to file. In browser, we'll run as until. Okay, I need to understand what is happening here. I'm just reading this exploit right now. I think I'm supposed to save this. Okay, so here is what's happening. We're going to watch a video instead of a video.
begin by verifying that you're logged on as an unprivileged user.
I hope you can hear this. This is awesome stuff because this is exactly what we do, right? We found an exploit and here's documentation for it. I don't want to read. I want to watch a video. A video instead of a video. I hope I don't get copyrighted.
Microsoft side execute.
We already did that.
We remove the mark of the web so the program can be run on the local system. We don't know the admin password. We select show details.
This is where we are.
The link to show information about this publisher's certificate. We click the link to the certificate issuer's website. That launches a browser process running as system. Quitting UAC and returning to the main desktop, we can see the new browser. Although the linked webpage no longer exists, we can still
Oh, I see it. I think I saw what they did. They went to file, save as.
click tools, file.
I missed it.
Webpage no longer exists, we can still click Tools, File, and then Save As. An incidental error occurs at this point. Notice how the error message hints at the fact that the browser is running in the system.
File, save as. Okay. I think this is going to work. Yeah. I think we got it. We got it. Let's do it this way. There we go. It's supposed to crash. Yes. It crashed like theirs did. Alright, so now that we did this, it's saying that it's not available because it's running a system. Let's go finish our documentation here.
After dismissing the error, select the Windows System 32 folder.
Let's do that. See Windows System 32. I'm just following their documentation here. Yeah, by this time I should be able to read instead of watching this video. Or maybe let's just finish it.
Once there, we select command.exe and choose Open.
Oh, nice. Wait,
Choose Open.
I missed something.
Once there, we select Command.
What did they save it as?
Once there, we select command.exe and choose Open.
We're hacking retro from TRYHACKME. All right, so here we go. So it crashed on us. All right, so it looks like they don't even save this, or do they? Oh no, they don't. How did this happen? All right, let's follow our instructions again.
Once there, we select command.exe and choose open.
Okay, I'm here. Yeah. So I mean, see Windows System 32 like they did. Let's just figure out. This is just a matter of figuring out exactly how they ran it. Where is command.exe in there? And this can be hard. Come on. Alright, let's see. Let's watch it slowly. I know they didn't do something fancy. Oh, they put 2 dots.
There, we select command.exe and choose open.
All right. I'm not sure why this is not working for me, but it's somewhere in here. I think I know why. Maybe my view option is not allowing me to see hidden directories. Of course. All right, there's 2 ways. This way that I'm doing here, and then there's another one where they actually just find a kernel exploit, which is super easy. I don't think that was the intended way, but let's figure out how this person was able to. Okay, they put a star. Okay, I'm just going to do it the way that they did it. So I see Steam 32. There is something like this. Star. Was it like that? No. Someone tell me where is this command.exe in here? I know it's somewhere in here. Hey BT, it's good to see you, man. We are almost done with a machine here where we are trying to follow this proof of concept. Another guide. Let's look at another guide. Oh no. Star. Somewhat. You know, I'm going to save it for now. Maybe that's what they did. All right, let's see. Let me look for another one here. Yeah. What can I... I'm trying to exploit this exploit here. On our machine, we found out that we have an exploit, which is this one. And here is a proof of concept for it. And it's supposed to work. Okay, here's a video. It's working for somebody, so it should work for me. Here's what we're supposed to be doing. Save that. Okay. It's very clear. Now that is clear. Okay. Can't be that hard. All this time for a grown man struggling to run command.exe. Okay, we got it. As you can see, we became Windows NT. But as you guys can see, we we succeeded in getting root. I'm just laughing here because, as you can see, I was struggling to just execute this simple process. Now I know this is the first time I've done this, and this is why we practice, because we get better by the time we go for the OSCP or when we're in the real world. Now we now know. I was supposed to execute it from here instead of my search bar here. So now I'm in as NT authority. I should be able to now get the root flag right now. So we got the user flag, and then I'll explain here in a little bit. We got the user flag. Let's go and get the... Yes, that's what I was trying to do. All right, so that was privilege escalation. So in a nutshell, our privilege escalation went like this. Now let's grab the flag first before we forget. Let's go to users. I think it's on the desktop. I like Windows because we don't get the caps problem. Right, we got our flag right here. If I can copy it from there. I hope it's the correct one, but at this point it doesn't matter. I can't even copy the I can't even copy this thing. Okay, we got our flag. We know that it works. Let me try here. Maybe it's just copying. We got our administrator flag. This was way number 1. Another way we can do this is using back to our exploit suggester. Going back to our results here. Where did we put them? Let's run it again. And remember, this is comparing what we have on our system as far as Windows updates to what can be vulnerable. And we're using a Python 3 exploit suggester for Windows. I don't think the creators meant to use this way. The way that I just showed you is exactly what they wanted us to do. Awesome. Let's let this one run, then we'll look at the results. And what we're doing here is we're just comparing what's on the Microsoft website today as far as updates are concerned and what we have on our system using system info. And then it will tell us, hey, it's missing updates, and here is stuff that we have. In this case, we have MS 075. If you look here, I already got that one as in executable. Well, it's not there. I already got this one as well. This is the one that worked for me. There's multiple of them listed. This one is the one that worked for me, and all I needed to do here was this, and I'll show you. This will also give us root here in a second. Let's just launch our Python HTTP server here, and bring that one to our victim machine. And you also see that it's super easy to become root that way as well. So there were multiple ways to get root on this machine, which is why I think it's a little easier than most machines out there. Cancel that. Since we're already there, we might as well, right? And what we want is this CVE. It's a kernel exploit. And it will give us, skip, it will give us administrator rights as well. If we open it, look at that. Let's give it a minute. The machine is probably freaking out right now. We just did something else and now we're doing something else. It's getting a little unstable, but hopefully this works. So there is two ways we can use, we can get root on this machine, and let's see if this one succeeds. Let's kill it. There it is. Yeah, it did run. I got 2. We probably made our system unstable by running the first one at the same time, but run both of these. As you can see, you get a terminal as administrator. So there are 2 ways to root the machine, and both of them work. And the CVE that worked was this 2017 0213. I downloaded this from, let me see if I have a link for you, so you don't have to worry about finding it. I downloaded it from here. You downloaded it as a zip file. 2 things that can happen when you are downloading these executables from GitHub to your Kali Linux. They will have 0. The size will be 0, but that means Kali is stripping things. So you might want to do some shenanigans here. For me, I had to save it as a zip file, then unzip it on a Windows machine, then move it. But this is where I found it, and this is a good place for finding Windows kernel exploits in general. There's a whole list of them here, and I have them also added to my cheat sheet if I haven't. Let me add them right now. Next to Apache. So now I have 2. There's Windows exploits here, and there's more kernel exploits here. And they're just links that I'm adding to my notes here. So we got root, and we are able to move on. So thank you for joining tonight. This was a quick machine, and I hope you learned a little bit from me today. Let me just take a look at some comments here. Oh, people were asking what I was trying to exploit. Yeah. Someone has a question about how many lab machines I should exploit. Oh yeah, there is a list. There is a list. If you haven't done it, you need to go to this list. Let me find it for you. It's by TJ Now. This is a well-known list. Everybody knows this list of machines. And I've done a bunch of them. Like, I mean, I've done more than 50, if not 60 or 70 of these machines. Here are machines from VownHub. If you look on this channel, you can see at least 20 of these from VownHub and Hack the Box of me solving them. There isn't a lot of Windows machines, so that's why we're going to TRYHACKME. But yeah. If you're in the labs, I haven't taken the labs yet, so I'm not sure about those ones. Nice. That's good. Oh yeah, let's take a look at it. I'll post the link right now. Yep. Try to do as many lab machines as you can. Make sure that things work. The reason why I'm doing all this is because when I go for the OSCP, I'm going straight to make sure that I can make things work. No problem. Yeah. All right. Any more questions for me? What is the mirror one? I'm not sure what the mirror one is. Awesome. Let's see. Yeah. For those who have taken the OSCP, how many machines did you solve? My goal is to solve all of them. Because I think that will be fun. Alright, yeah. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to write my notes. My notes are not as organized as I would like. But as you can see, I'm trying to put a bunch of things in here. Make sure that things work and how to move them around. Like this is how to use JAWS. And here's how to execute JAWS. I mean, things, make sure that things work very quickly. And here's where you find JAWS, 2 different options. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's do a quick recap of what we did here before we end this. And why is this not working? I might have to reset this machine and put it again, because I want to see this exploit working. But what we did here is we did it the intended way, which is first we need to enumerate and find out that in the recycling bin they had this hard up that was here. Then in Google Chrome they also had this pinned for us. So we're supposed to see this and know that this is the vulnerability that we're going for. Not a lot of enumeration there, but that's the way it is in these capture the flag machines. I don't think this is the most elegant way of solving the machine. I was expecting to do more digging, maybe finding things by myself, but in the browser, and here's the CVE, and here you go. I think that's a way to do it in this case. Then we just ran this application here as administrator, show information, clicked on this link here, and yours might not work. And there's a few things that you need to note if you're trying to do this by yourself and it's not giving you the option. I'll show you what it did for me and ways to bypass the errors that you were getting. You right click on the app, run as administrator, go here, click on this link. Well, now it's not even going to even open because I already exploited it. If you click on that link, it will gray things out. You need to go and make Chrome your default browser or in this case IE. And if everything is grayed out, it's because your default browser is not set. So just come down here, go to default programs, browser. Here there will not be anything set here. If nothing is set here, the exploit will not work. So a lot of people get frustrated with this exploit, mostly because this is not set here. And that's how I was able to trigger it right here with you guys live. And then we go to the other one is of course a kernel exploit, which we just did here. So that's what we have. As you can see, I did this a little late today, but thank you all for joining. I really appreciate everybody. I'm going to add Splunk to my lab environment. I just decided to add Splunk because I want to look at the security onion integration with Splunk. That way we can look at logs in Splunk instead of just security onion. So in the future, just expect some Splunk stuff going on. I'm actually going to deploy Splunk tomorrow, not during a live, but on an Ubuntu server. That way we can just play with Splunk logs, because I like Splunk as well. So that's going to be fun. Then I can bring BT here to show us how to use it. Yeah. This was a super easy machine. I don't expect the machines to be this easy. I expect them to be harder. But tomorrow night we have another one, another Windows machine, and it'll be even better. So thank you for joining here, and I appreciate your feedback, Sarah. This is fun stuff, and if you do this every other day or every week, I think we're going to get better. So that's what we are doing here. We've reached the hour mark. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and liking my videos. Let everybody know what we are doing here. That is kind of cool. Otherwise, thank you. So by tomorrow, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll attack another machine. Thanks very much.